We think Ross Becker Insurance is a place for you and for your family, for your individuals, for your businesses, because we want to be your insurance advisor. We're local. We're knowledgeable. We have contracts with all different insurance carriers to customize and fit the right insurance program for your needs. We're here. You can come sit down with us, talk to us one-on-one, sit across from the kitchen table, sit across from our desks, and we can give you good insurance advice, how you can save money, where you don't want to save money and skimp out on coverage. And so we're there to help balance that and give you good insurance advice, good risk management advice. So after you have a claim disaster, you can have confidence that your family, your businesses, your cars, your assets are best protected.
All-American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All-American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's a relaxing evening with friends at cozy family dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of High School Baseball on the YDL Sports Network. We are here at Showers Field in DuBois getting ready for the baseball edition of the DuBois Classic. DuBois Central Catholic DuBois here at Showers Field. DuBois Central Catholic in softball defeated DuBois by a count of 11-8. So now it's time for the baseball edition of this classic. We'll start with our pitching matchups. First, for the visiting DuBois Central Catholic Cardinals, they're going to go with their ace, at least to start the game. That is Carter Himes. Himes comes in on the year 34 and a third innings pitched, 6-0 with a save. His pitch to a .204 earned run average, 77 strikeouts and 1 walk in those 34 and a third innings of work. Second start, he's 2-0 with a 1.47 earned run average, 19 strikeouts and 7 walks in those 14 and a third innings. Let's take a look at our starting lineups first for the visiting DuBois Central Catholic Cardinals. They'll lead off with their center fielder, Kellen Hoover, batting second and playing second base, Braden Zatzik. Batting third, doing the pitching, Carter Himes. Batting fourth, the shortstop, Evan Burton. Batting fifth, and in right field, Xavier Schwentner. Batting sixth and at third base, Colton Sachs. Batting seventh, the designated player, Devin Supplizio. Batting eighth and catching, Aiden Keller. And batting ninth, the first baseman, Porter Price. Hoover, Zatzik, Himes, Burton, Schwentner, Sachs, Supplizio, and Price for Evan Snowburger's DuBois Central Catholic Cardinals. For Josh Johnson's DuBois Beavers, they will lead off with their shortstop, Samson Deeb. Batting second, doing the catching, Trey Wingard. Batting third, and at third base today, Mason Dinkfeld. Batting fourth and up at first base, Adam Drushak. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Maddox Clark. Batting sixth and in right field, Noah Farrell. Batting seventh, doing the pitching, Brady Knaus. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Grady Galasinski. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Brayson Kale. Deebs, Wingard, Dinkfeld, Drushak, Clark, Farrell, Knaus, Galasinski, and Kale for DuBois. Both teams come in scuffling a little bit. DuBois Central Catholic has lost 2 in a row, fell 7-5 on Monday against Clarion in a game that you watched right here on the YDL Sports Network over at the Clarion County Park. And then lost 21-1 to a strong Mercyhurst Prep team out of District 10, AA team that has been to the state semifinals the last 2 years. DuBois Central Catholic just tried some different things pitching-wise. None of it worked, and they lost 21-1. DuBois started the year 12-0. They've lost 3 in a row. They lost last Friday, a week ago yesterday, right here at Showers Field, 4-1 to Avonworth in a game you watched right here on the YDL Sports Network. That game was scoreless going into the 6th. Then Noah Farrell ran out of pitches, and Avonworth was able to get a couple runs and pull out the 4-1 victory. Then on the road, DuBois went to Central Mountain on Tuesday and fell 3-1. And then on Thursday in a game that you watched right here on the YDL Sports Network, it was Clarion 4 and DuBois 2. So really the big story for the Beavers has been their offense has gone away. They had scored double digits in 3 consecutive games going into that game against Avonworth, 11 against Johnsonburg, 16 against Altoona, 14 against Brockway. Since then, they've scored 4 runs, and you see a little bit of a change in the batting order for Josh Johnson today as Noah Farrell drops down into the 6 hole from the 3 hole. Mason Dinkfeld moves up from the 4 hole to the 3 hole. Adam Drushak and Maddox Clark also moving up in the order. So Josh Johnson trying to get something going for the DuBois Beavers in that regard. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network with our first pitch after these messages.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's your relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Back here at Showers Field in DuBois, getting ready for Beavers Cardinals City Classic 2026, 10th anniversary of this game. Each team has won 5 through the first 10 games, which of course starts in year 0, which is years, but 10th anniversary. So getting ready here as Brody Canals warming up. Saw Brody earlier before the game, and he was trying to get his warm-up time figured out. And so Brody got a little bit Friday. Avonworth tagged him up for a couple runs in that game. So it'll be Hoover, Zatzik, and Himes for DCC here in the first inning. So Kellen Hoover leading off here for DCC. Hoover 306 on the year. Brody Canals ready for the game's first pitch, and we're underway as Hoover fouls that up and out of play. Strike one. We're underway here at Showers Field. That ball is fouled down, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. Get the scoreboard up and operational. We have it up. We just don't have it operational yet. It's always something. So it's 0-2 coming here to Kellen Hoover. Hoover, first-year starting center fielder for the Cardinals. Next pitch is called, strike 3. Home plate umpire Justin Skieber rings him up. 1 away here in the DCC first inning. Umpires are Justin Skiba behind the plate, Tim Fazell at first, Ron West is at second, Greg Campbell is at third. Defensively, DuBois sets up this way. Adam Drushak is at first base, Grady Galasinski at second, Samson Deeb the shortstop, Mason Dinkfeld at third, Walker Thomas in left, Bryson Kale in center, Noah Farrell is in right, and Trey Wingard doing the catching for Brody Canals, who just threw ball 1 to Braden Zatzik. So that's Drushak, Galashinsky, Deeb, and Dinkfeld first to third as there's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Thomas, Kale, and Farrell left to right. Trey Winger doing the catching for Brody Canals. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Zatzik. Zatzik hitting 302 on the year. Carter Himes is next. One pitch from Canals. Zatzik shows bunt, lays it down. That's a good bunt. Picking it up and throwing it late is the pitcher, Canals, and Zatzik with the infield bunt single as things started here in the first inning for DCC. We'll bring up Carter Himes. Himes hitting .489 on the season. Himes and Evan Burton, who's next, are the real run producers for this team. 14 RBIs for Himes, and Burton has driven in 26. So DCC trying to get something going offensively with the small ball, and Himes takes ball 1 inside. Trey Wingard, of course, behind the plate, best catcher in District 9, one of the best in the state, going to Delaware next year. Delaware Division I program, coached by Mamula, the former DuBois player. It's now 1-1 here on Himes. Zatzek takes his lead off of first. Himes gets ready for the pitch from Canals, who checks the runner at first. Comes home. Swing and a miss. Something off speed there. And it's 1-2 on Himes. Burton next is a .531 hitter. So Canals ready with the 1-2. That ball is popped up. First baseman Drushak taking a look, and it is going to be off the Maton shed roof beyond the first base dugout. First base dugout tonight being occupied by DCC. DuBois in the first base dugout then. Just underway here at the City Classic in DuBois. Winding the 1-2. Runner goes in. Himes fly ball towards left. Left fielder Thomas tracking. Center fielder Kale calls him off. Makes the catch in left center field. And there are 2 outs as Zatzek scampers back into first base. I'm going to bring up Evan Burton. So Burton hitting .531 on the year. So Burton with those team leading 26 driven in. Takes ball 1. Saw Burton pitch on Monday. Did a pretty good job. Defense let him down a little bit. 1-0. Burton drives that ball into the right center field gap. Going over is Kale and in front of the right fielder Farrell. He'll make the catch. And the inning is over for DCC in the first. No runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of a half an inning here in DuBois, it is DuBois, Central Catholic nothing, and DuBois coming to bat.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
But Tina's in Marionville is celebrating 20 years and is happy to be back open after this winter's fire. They're currently featuring a limited menu as they rebuild, but you can still enjoy their authentic Italian food and pizza. Stop in Tuesdays through Saturdays starting at 11 a.m. or call 814-927-7888 for takeout. And be sure to like Bettina's Italian Restaurant on Facebook to follow their progress and support a longtime local favorite. This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegheny, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
Back here in DuBois as we get ready to go to the bottom of the first inning, and Carter Himes on the mound for DuBois Central Catholic. Again, Carter, 34 1/3 innings, giving up just 13 hits, 1 walk, 77 strikeouts, has hit a batter and pitches to a 0.20 earned run average. Last time Carter was on the mound was last Friday, a week ago yesterday. Relief appearance, 6 innings against Bradford, 6 scoreless, and I believe hitless innings against Bradford, where he struck out 15 batters in that game. That's correct. He did not give up a hit in that game. He'll face Deeb, Wingard, and Dinkfeld here for DuBois. And Deeb fouls the first pitch away, strike 1. So Deeb comes in hitting .318 on the season, and he's behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he pokes that one out towards center. Hoover into the right center field gap, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Trey Wingard, and we talked about what Wingard does defensively. How about what he does offensively? Wingard hitting .604 on the season, 3 home runs, 23 driven in for the left-handed hitting catcher, senior, all-state football player, the quarterback for the Beavers. Takes ball 1 outside, going to Delaware next year. And Winger drives that ball the other way, going back on it, and it's going to be a fair ball down into the corner. Left fielder King up with it. He'll get it in, but Wingard with a 1-out double has things going here in the DuBois first inning. So defensively for DuBois Central Catholic, Porter Price is at first, Braden Zatzik's at second, Evan Burton the shortstop, Colton Sachs is at third, Dalton King, who we just met, is out in left field, Kellen Hoover's in center, Xavier Schwentner is in right, and Aiden Keller doing the catching for Carter Himes. So Price, Zatzik, Burton, and Sachs first to third, King, Hoover, and Schwentner left to right, Keller doing the catching for Carter Himes as Mason Dinkfeld fouls that one back, strike 1. Dinkfeld having a fantastic year of his own here, 489 on the year, 4 homers and 19 driven in for Dinkfeld. And now Keller is going to go out and have a quick conversation with his pitcher, Himes. Sure, it's probably over the signs here. Oh, 1 delivery to Dinkfeld, called strike 2. In this mini 3-game losing streak, DuBois just not getting those timely hits. Opportunity here early on to get up on top of the Beavers. They did lead Clarion 2-0 after a Deeb 2-run single as that ball's in the dirt. Nice block by Keller, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. But after that Deeb little bloop single over the head of second baseman Dylan Smale in the second inning, they could not get anything else against Carter Hyman and Parker Miller on Thursday. 1-2 pitch coming to Dinkfeld. Little ground ball. Third baseman Sachs up with it. Throw across in time. Wingard will move up after the throw, so he'll be at third now, but there will be 2 outs for Adam Druszak. So Druszak coming to the plate. Druszak on the season hitting .389. Again, until the last 3 games, hitting was not an issue for the DuBois Beavers during that season opening 12-game win streak. First pitch from Himes. In there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike on Druszak. Druszak did not start the game against Clarion. There's a little chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Shortstop Burton, though, up with it, and he throws it across the diamond for the out. And Himes works around the 1-out double by Wingard for DuBois in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. At the end of an inning full here in DuBois, it is DuBois nothing and DuBois Central Catholic nothing here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the North Washington Rodeo.
Looking to score big on your next vacation? Start with a travel advisor who delivers. Your Cruise Planners Advisor is your go-to, saving you time, money, and stress, while hooking you up with exclusive deals, upgraded amenities, and early booking discounts. Get in the game with Griggs Travel at GriggsTravel.com. That's GriggsTravel.com. John Griggs, Port Allegany grad, 1,000-point scorer, 3-sport standout, ready to help you plan your dream getaway. Cruises, resorts, hotels, tours, everything's handled, even your own travel app, and easy rate booking if plans change. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com.
Back here as we go to the bottom, our top of the second inning, it'll be Schwentner, Sachs, and Simplizio for DuBois Central Catholic. Against Brody Canals. Schwentner hitting .286 on the season. As I do almost every time I do a DCC game, I want to shout out to his mom, Madonna, and letting us use her photos. Going to miss that next year. Maybe Madonna, we can still get you to take some photos next year. There's a strike one. Second pitch to Schwentner, swing and a miss, strike two. So Canals quickly up in the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Schwentner. Canals has his sign, comes home with the 0-2 inside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Schwentner. Fouled away. It's 1-2 here on Schwentner. Sachs is next. That misses down low, and it's now 2-2. That misses high, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So after getting behind in the count, Schwentner has molded full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Winding to 3-2, fouled at the plate, remains 3-2. Winding to 3-2. Didn't want to go, but went. Strikeout number 2 for Canals. 1 away. Be joined here shortly, folks, by DuBois' All-State basketball player Maddox Bennett. As Colton Sachs steps up, Sachs hitting .341 on the season. Up high, ball 1. So we are now joined by Maddox Bennett, named 3rd team All-State in Class 5A this week. Maddox, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
You know, obviously you knew you had a good season, but you can never be sure, especially in the upper classifications, if you can earn that All-State honor. There's so many good players. I know, I'm a voter. I've seen what it looks like. Was there ever a point in time that you worried about whether or not you were named All-State?
You know, I think last year I was more because it was, you know, like we hadn't had somebody in over 50 years. And I think this past year I was confident in how I played and we had a good year. So I was pretty confident.
It's 3-0 here on Sachs. We'll get back to Maddox in a second as Canals ready with the 3-0 delivery. That's in there for a called strike, 3-1. Maddox, it's hard sometimes to judge how good a team DuBois might have because, again, you guys are 5A as this ball is down low, ball 4. You guys are 5A, and you're the only 5A, or with Punxsutawney in basketball, the only two 5A schools. So it's really difficult sometimes to know exactly how good you are versus, like, say, everybody else. How good did you feel you guys were this year?
I thought we had a really good team. We were connected. We've played together for a really long time. We ran into a tough Meadville team first round and lost on a buzzer beater in overtime. So that hurt. But, like, if that shot doesn't go in, go to the state playoffs and anything can happen then. So I thought we had a really good team.
Devin Supplizio takes ball one with Sachs at first. You decided that you're going to take your wares to West Liberty, really good Division II program, as we'll wait for the second pitch here to Supplizio. That's inside, and now Canals behind the count 2-0, struggling. What made you decide that West Liberty was the right fit for you?
Just from the moment I got there, Coach Lamberti made it feel like home, and I knew, that's where I wanted to be. They've been very successful over the years, and just to be able to go into a winning program that really wanted me, that made it very appealing.
There's a strike to Devin Supplizio, 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm curious, and we'll wait for this pitch here to Supplizio, but I'm curious about your thoughts on that system that they play at West Liberty, also play at Gannon, who just won it. Here's a high chopper. Canals is only going to have a play at first. He'll take it, and there's 2 outs here in the inning. Moving to second base on the play is Sachs, and that'll bring up Aiden Keller, the catcher. Keller hitting .263 on the year, so Central with a runner in scoring position for the first time. But they play that, it's really almost hair on fire, but it's controlled hair on fire in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Lots of 3-point shots taken, lots of full court pressure defense, try to get turnovers, the whole 9 yards. It's a system that was really Jim Critchfield, the longtime coach at both. That ball is going to be a wild behind Keller, ball 1. No advancement here with the short back drop, but that's a system that Jim Critchfield really came up with, and it's really started to take hold in other places because of people that were involved with Critchfield. You have Devin Hohen down at Fayetteville State running it. You've got the guy up at Gannon running it, thanks to Jordan Fee, who spent a year there and is now the head coach at Lamar. Obviously, Lamberti was an assistant coach, as there's a swing and a miss. But what is it about that system? It looks like it's a fun system to play.
Yeah, absolutely. The pressure, just wreaking havoc, trapping everywhere, flying around, and then the offensive rebounding, getting second chance shots, and getting really high percentage 3-point shots makes it very effective.
It's a ball and 2 strikes here. We'll wait for this next pitch, and we're not going to take a break here, Max. We're going to stay here during the inning break so we can talk a little bit more with you uninterrupted here, but that's down low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But do you feel that, like, your athleticism is going to fit that system?
Yeah, definitely. I have the build of a lot of their wings and forwards, and just to be able to move and shoot threes and be able to stretch the floor, that's really big for them.
3 balls and 2 strikes. I know that Coach Al's talked to you a little. Al Moderjeski, who some of you may know if you watch our basketball games, does a lot of Keller commentary here on the YDL Sports Network for us. He actually coached in that system at Bluefield State when Devin Hahn, the Fayetteville State coach, was there. Devin Hahn, excuse me. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman, Galashinsky, on to first, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left on base for DCC in the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second, still no score. We're going to leave it here so we can continue our discussion with Maddox Bennett, the all-state player of the DuBois Beaver basketball team. But have you talked to, I know I saw you talking a little with Coach Al at the all-star game that we held over at the Clarion YMCA. Did you talk to him at all a little bit about that system and how you might fit in it?
Yeah, at the all-star game, we talked to him. It'd been a long time since I saw Coach Al, since my dad was an assistant at Clarion long time ago. But yeah, it was great to talk to him and catch up and get his thoughts on it.
And what was he telling you about it?
Just saying how I would fit into it and being able to stretch the floor and being long to create turnovers. Said that he really liked how I would fit.
What are you planning on majoring in at West Liberty?
Planning on majoring in general business.
What would you like to do? You have any thoughts on that yet? Or?
Yeah, I want to be a college basketball coach if I can. I want to play overseas for as long as I can, and then come back and coach in college.
Obviously, you had a chance to play for your dad, and your dad did some small college coaching here in DuBois at Penn State DuBois. As you mentioned, he was an assistant at Clarion, was also the head coach at Brockway there for a while. And what was it like playing for your dad?
For first couple years, we had some battles. It was tough because I was underdeveloped, and being able to get used to playing as hard as I needed to and wasn't quite strong enough. But as it went on, like the last 2 years were great. It was so fun. Wouldn't have wanted it to happen any other way. Like great relationship. We both bond over basketball. So it was a great experience.
I've known your dad since his days of coaching up in Brockway, and I've always loved dealing with him. I'm a little sad that he stepped down as DuBois' basketball coach right now. I told him I might try to get him on the air and do some stuff when I come over this way a little bit.
Definitely.
Him and Jordan Hoover at DCC, who's also stepped down. I'm going to try to get both of those guys on next year and do some broadcasts with them, as Maddox Clark will lead off here for the Beavers. No baseball for you, though, Maddox.
No. After 6th grade, I stopped playing baseball, just focused on basketball.
I actually remember covering a game that you played, I think, with these guys against Clarion when you were. It was like a regional game. Yep. There's a base hit from Maddox Clark in Meadville, of all places. I don't know if you remember that.
I do. Yep, 10-year-old All-Stars.
Yeah, 10-year-old All-Stars. And so base hit to right by Maddox Clark. So Clark gets things started here in the bottom of inning number 2 for the Beavers. Have to be happy. I mean, I know that, you and Noah Wingard, Trey Wingard and Noah Farrell all play basketball together. To see the success they're having, it must be really cool as a friend and as a teammate in other sports.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, they've been my best friends since I can remember, and just to see all the work they put in and their dedication and how successful they've been, it's awesome to see.
Noah Farrell swings and misses strike 1. Did they ever make fun of you for being the lone Division II guy in that group?
Once in a while that'll come up. Once in a while.
I mean, obviously something. And there's a ground ball base hit by Noah Farrell. They're going to hold Clark at second, but now it's first and second and nobody out here for the Beavers. And I'm going to guess they're going to want me to keep Maddox Bennett on if the offense is going to be like this for them as they bring up Brody Canals. Look, 7% of, I think, is the number of all high school athletes going to play college. So whether it's Division I, Division II, Division III, junior college, whatever, it's really impressive. But it's really impressive to think that there's 3 of you in this class that are high-level athletes like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. It doesn't happen often. And just to know, like, we've been so close forever in that we all achieved our goals and everything. It's so cool to see.
Then when you think about the wrestling program and a couple of the high-level guys, that's a lot of really high-level athletes coming out of DuBois.
Definitely. At DuBois, we have a lot of great athletes right now, and hopefully that trend continues.
0-2 here on Brody Canals trying to help himself here. I always want to call Brody Brady, probably because I can't read my O and the A. So Carter Himes checks the 2 runners on, delivers the 0-2, and it's fouled out of play. Well, Maddox, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you taking a couple minutes tonight to talk about it. Congratulations on being named All-State. I know you got a lot of exciting stuff coming up here. This will be a busy month with graduation and everything that surrounds that. So good luck with that, and good luck at West Liberty. We'll all be following you and cheering you on.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. That is Maddox Bennett is going down on strikes here as Canals one away in the DuBois second inning. But Maddox Bennett was always fun to watch play and had a fantastic career here at DuBois High School. Over 1,000 career points for Maddox, all-time leading scorer for the Beavers. Hit 1,000 points and then went over 1,000 and hit the school record this year. Is fouling that pitch off is Grady Galashinsky. No balls in 1 strike. So back-to-back singles leading off by Clark and Farrell. Then the strikeout of Canals. One of the longtime volunteer assistants for the DuBois baseball team up here in the press box, Carl Lies. Basketball. I said baseball. I meant basketball. Yeah, I'm wondering why he was up here if he was baseball, but he's a longtime basketball guy, Carl Lies. And Carl's been there when Scott Creighton was there. Were you there before Scott, Carl? Yeah, before then. And will you stick around for the next head coach too? He says if they have him, he will. He says he's got 20 years in and helping out the DuBois basketball program. Carl's one of the good guys in District 9 and bleeds black and red and white of DuBois. Been here 3 times in the last week doing some games, and he's been here at all 3 of them. believe the count is 3-1, and now it's ball 4, so they're going to walk him, and now the bases are full of Beavers. So the Beavers have the bases loaded for Bryson Kale, the number 9 hitter, and out comes Evan Snowberger. I don't know, this might be it actually for Himes, who is going to probably be on a limited pitch count today because they really need him on Monday against DuBois Central Catholic, but really surprising to see him walk a batter there, as that's only the second walk he's issued all season. So Evan Snowberger, first-year manager, taking over for Adam Fox. Had a really nice conversation with Adam the other day. I was on my way home from DuBois, gave him a call, and was a really good conversation. Has had a chance to go down and see his son Braden, the DCC graduate, play a couple times at Flagler College in Florida. Braden has gotten into a few games, but is redshirting because you can play up to 15 games. He's going to redshirt this year, and they're really excited, he says, the coaching staff down at Flagler, about the potential of young Braden Fox. Adam, of course, the St. Mary's grad, went to, I think it was Ohio. So bases loaded here for Kale. And then Adam, of course, drafted by the Texas Rangers, played in the Rangers organization. There's a strike. Josh Johnson, the manager of the DuBois Beavers, longtime minor league player, was drafted by the Twins out of Ridgeway High School, played a number of places in both organized and or affiliated and non-affiliated, played in the Atlantic League a few years, and ball was up high, 1-1. Not a whole lot of room, as most people watching this broadcast know, not a whole lot of room behind home plate here. So wild pitches don't generally move people up unless they start kicking around. 1-1 pitch by Himes, that's up high, and now it's 2-1. So Carter Himes struggling here in the second inning, and very surprising to see Himes throwing like this right now. Remember, came in with an earned run average of 0.20. There's a strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Samson Deeb would be next. Just a couple of seeing eye singles and a walk have the bases loaded with 1 out here for DuBois. Beavers still looking for that big hit, though. They haven't been able to get that in the last week. Called strike 3. Kale looked at it. It's a big strikeout for Carter Himes, and now there's 2 away. Second strikeout of the game, second strikeout of the inning for Himes. And now it's up to Samson Deeb. Deeb lined out the center, leading off the bottom of the first inning for DuBois. First pitch to Deeb, swing and a miss, strike 1. So Himes at 29 pitches, 30 pitches now. 0-1 pitch to Deeb. That's in there for a called strike, and now it's 0-2 and a chance for Himes to pitch out of this bases loaded jam. And they're going to ask me to bring Maddox Bennett back on if Himes gets out of this. The DuBois people are, because they were doing well when Maddox was on the air, and not so well since he's gotten off. As Deeb fouls that away, remains strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes. Deeb again came into this game hitting .318 on the season. Speaking of good wrestlers, Samson, one of those good wrestlers. Wine in the 0-2. That time the off speed was up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wine in the 1-2. Oh, just got a piece of that one. Chased one up high. Was able to foul it off. Remains 1-2. Clark's at third. Farrell's at second. Galashinsky's at first. 1-2 pitch coming here to Samson Deeb. And now time is called. So now Himes is ready. Delivers the 1-2. Inside, it gets away, and that ball's going to get far enough as it takes a bad bounce to give DuBois a 1-0 lead on the wild pitch. So that one took a bounce down towards the first base dugout after it hit the back wall there. And we said that's what it takes to be able for runners to move up. And that's what happened that time, is it took a weird bounce. And now runners are at second and third, and it's 1-0 DuBois here in the second. And there's a swing and a miss, strike three. Almost got out of it without any damage. Instead, DuBois gets a run on the wild pitch. There were 2 hits, a walk, and 2 left on base at the end of 2 full innings here at Showers Field in the City Classic Baseball Edition. DuBois 1 and DuBois Central Catholic nothing as we go to the third.
Well, howdy there, rodeo fans. The 2026 North Washington Rodeo is sounding up August 18th through the 22nd with a big old kickoff party on the 17th. Grab your boots and hats for bronco riding, barrel racing, bull riding, and plenty of heart-pounding action. Gates at 6, show at 8, social hall serving up supper from 4 to 7. Missed dinner? No worries. We've got concessions rolling all night long on Oneida Valley Road in Petroleum, PA. Online at northwashingtonvfd.com/rodeo. Rain or shine, partner, this rodeo riding on. Looking to score big on your next vacation? Start with a travel advisor who delivers. Your cruise planner's advisor is your go-to, saving you time, money, and stress, while hooking you up with exclusive deals, upgraded amenities, and early booking discounts. Get in the game with Griggs Travel at griggstravel.com. That's griggstravel.com. John Griggs, Port Allegany grad, 1,000-point scorer, 3-sport standout, ready to help you plan your dream getaway. Cruises, resorts, hotels, tours, everything's handled, even your own travel app, and easy rate booking if plans change. Eternally Clean Cemetery and Monument Service is the top choice for honoring loved ones with headstone cleaning and flower assortments. Call Corey at 814-227-9370 or Samantha at 814-227-9913 for a free estimate. Visit their Facebook page or eternally-clean.com to learn more. Let your loved one's headstone shine with their resting clean promise.
We head to the third. DuBois leading DuBois Central Catholic 1-0. It's Porter Price, and then the top of the order, Kellen Hoover and Braden Zatzik for the Cardinals. Canals' pitch showing bunt is Price, and he fouls it off, strike one. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Price shows bunt, doesn't, and swings away. Third baseman Dinkfeld was all the way in at that point. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I was talking to Mason after the game on Thursday. He made a couple really nice plays at first base. Said he's more comfortable, though, at third. Wouldn't have been able to know that having watched him play first base the other day, as that's up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Porter Price. Made a really nice catch in the bullpen area on a foul ball, and then had a play where he had to go far to his right and then through to second as there's Price going down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Brody Canals, and back to the top of the order, and Kellen Hoover, who struck out leading off the game. But yeah, Dinkfeld made a couple of really nice defensive plays at first, but talking with him and his manager, Josh Johnson, after the game, and both, Josh was like, hey, you really played well over there. And I was telling Mason the same thing. And Mason was like, yeah, I like playing third base, though, better than I like playing first. Said he was really kind of surprised at how easily he's taken to first base, considering he was a third baseman most of his career and has kind of had to move over there on occasion. It's 1 ball and no strikes here on Kellen Hoover. 2-0 now on Hoover. There's a foul ball, 2-1. One of the nice things about this game for me as an announcer, because of the turf fields over here in DuBois, you're almost guaranteed that games will get in. So I end up doing a lot of games in the baseball, softball season over in this direction. And because of that, you just naturally end up getting a lot of DuBois Central and DuBois baseball. And so get to know these teams a little better than some. And because of that, you get a better relationship with the kids and a better understanding of what's going on sometimes. So it's not necessarily done because I love or hate somebody else or love them. As here's ball 4. It's just because of the field situation and the weather that we've had. And there's a walk there to Hoover, but the weather that we've had, especially this spring, has been horrific. And just getting games in on grass fields is hard, or getting games where it's not raining some of the game and you don't have press boxes, so you don't really want to do games. As you saw, I had to, halfway through the CL Clarion game, I had to kind of go off the air with a video broadcast because of the rain. You're guaranteed that doesn't happen over here in DuBois. That's why the district plays a lot of their playoffs here and their championships, because they know they'll get the games in. There goes a runner. There's a ground ball. Nice play by Dinkfeld, cutting it off. He'll throw over. 2 away on the play. Hoover goes to second on that ground out by Braden Zatzik. And now Carter Himes to the plate, trying to help himself here with 2 outs with his team down 1-0. Himes flew out to center back in the first. Takes ball 1. Only hit so far for Central. The bunt single in the first by Braden Zatzik. Wine in the 1-0. Way outside. That got away from Winger, but not enough for Hoover to go anywhere. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Called strike, 2-1. Canals checks the runner at second. Comes home with the 2-1 pitch. That's up high, 3-1. Evan Burton would be next. And again, Burton hitting over 500 on the year with 26 driven in. Down low, second walk given by Canals. Second walk of the inning, too. Third walk, actually. Second of the inning. And that'll bring up Evan Burton. So now Trey Winger going out. Also coming in, Samson Deeb. We saw Deeb pitch for the first time this year on Thursday. Went 3 scoreless innings. So now the Battery Warehouse battery meeting has broken up. First pitch to Burton, ground ball. Third base, it goes through to third baseman, Dinkfeld. Runner coming home, and he'll score to tie the game on the air on Dinkfeld, who tried to pick that, didn't get in front of it, and it allows Central to tie the game at 1. And we talked about his defense at first and how he felt more comfortable over there at third, but in that case, it just went right through him. And the walks, and now 2 walks and an error, have allowed the Cardinals to tie this game up, and still going here for Xavier Schwentner. Runners at first and second still. Schwentner fouls that away as Heim stopped at second as the left fielder Thomas got it in. Check of the runners. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Schwentner. Schwentner struck out last inning. So an error and a wild pitch is how our 2 runs have scored in this game, as there's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Schwentner. Burton leads off of first. Himes takes his lead off of second. Brody Canals checks the runner at second, comes home with the 1-2 pitch, and he balks, I think. Yep, that's going to be a balk as he started to throw and then, for whatever reason, didn't go through with it. So that'll be a balk, and now runners are at second and third, and a base hit could score two. So not sure what happened there for Brody Canals, but maybe caught his spikes in the rubber or something. Not 100% sure. Anyhow, the 1-2 pitch, and now making him pay for it is Schwender with a base hit to right. That scores one. They'll hold Burden at third, and DuBois Central Catholic takes a 2-1 lead on their first hit of the inning. Burden's at third, Schwender's at first, and now Colton Sachs at the plate. This inning is kind of reminiscent of how DuBois' last week is kind of gone. They had a chance to really go all out and maybe put up a crooked number as Sachs fouls out away, strike one in the bottom of the second, and we're limited to just one run. And then here in the top of the third, really nothing going on for DCC, but you had the walk, the air, a balk, and then a little seeing eye single, and all of a sudden it's 2-1 Cardinals. It's a called strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on Sachs. Sachs walked in his first at bat. Wide in the 0-2. Runner takes off for second. There's going to be no throw as Wingert has the ball pop out of his glove. Stolen base for Schwentner. And now runners at second and third again for the Cardinals. 1-2 pitch will be coming here to Colton Sachs. Brody Canals ready with the 1-2. Way high, and it's 2-2. Burton's at third. Schwentner's at second. 2 outs, 2 runs in for DCC. They lead 2-1 over DuBois. Canals set with the 2-2. Called strike 3. But DuBois Central Catholic picks up 2 runs on 1 hit. There was a big error and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It is DuBois Central Catholic leading DuBois now 2-1.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Are you planning for retirement? Looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today. Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor. Member FINRA, SIPC. Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's your relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
We have a pitching change here for DuBois Central Catholic as Braden Zatzik takes over on the mound for the Beavers. We said that Himes was not going to pitch a lot. They want him available for Monday against Elk County Catholic, a game that has consequence in the D9 Central League standings and a shot at a D9 Central League championship game appearance, not to mention consequences in the District 9 seeding. So they're going to go to Braden Zatzik. 22 innings pitched on the year for Zatzik. He's pitched to a 1.273 earned run average. To give up 6 unearned against Bradford a week ago yesterday. in 2 innings of work. He'll face Wingard, Dinkfeld, and Drushak as Wingard takes strike 1. A 1 pitch to Wingard. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Goes towards the gap. Wingard, he's hustling towards second. Center fielder Hoover's throw is not going to be there as it's cut off, and it's a hustling double for Trey Wingard. And that's the other thing you see about Wingard. Every time he's out there, he's given 100% effort all the time. And there's a great example. That's a single for most kids. Wingard was thinking double all the way, and he doubles, leading off here in the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up Mason Dinkfeld, who grounded to 3rd in his first at bat. And there's a ball driven to deep left field. That's going to be a fair ball. That's going to dive into the corner. That's going to score. Wingard with the tying run. Dinkfeld's in at second with a no out double. Back-to-back doubles leading off the inning for the Beavers, and we're all tied up at 2. Adam Drushak coming to the plate now. So throw to second, diving back in safely is Dinkfeld. So final numbers on Himes. He goes 2 innings, gives up 1 run. It was earned on 3 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3. And now this ball is fouled out of play. No balls and 1 strike here on Drushak. Another throw to second, and Clark back in as Himes can't take the throw. Himes now playing at shortstop. Burton moves from short to 3rd, and I believe Colton Sachs now out at second base. So Zatzik's 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. Zatzik probably could be considered the number 3 for the Cardinals behind Himes and Evan Burton. And DCC's got a big day on Monday, weather permitting, Elk County Catholic, and then St. Mary's as that bounces away, and it's now 2-1. So it's a non-traditional doubleheader against 2 different teams at Berwyn Park in St. Mary's. Now, it kind of puts Evan Snowberger in a position kind of like he was the other day against Mercier's Prep, where having 1 pitcher was probably never going to be the answer. And there's a base hit into left field, rounding 3rd and heading home. Nope, they're going to hold Dinkfeld at 3rd. Thought he could have scored on that, but they held him at 3rd. And now runners at the corners and nobody out for Maddox Clark. Clark singled leading off last inning and scored on a wild pitch. Gave DuBois a 1-0 lead at the time as he fouls this one away, strike 1. Central scored twice in the top of this inning, but DuBois has gotten a run back, and they have gold at the corners with nobody out. Desperately looking for that big hit that breaks an inning open. They haven't had one of those in a while now. 0-1 pitch. Off of the pitcher. Zatzik stays with it, gets the out. The runner didn't break home, so that actually worked out really well for DCC. Zatzik is able to track it down, stayed with it after it hit off of him. hit off of his glove, I do believe. They're going to check with him to make sure he's okay. Looks like he is without anybody actually coming out to see him. And now 1 out for Noah Farrell. Runner did move to second. That was Trushak. So now second and third and 1 out. First pitch to Farrell. Farrell chops it. Third baseman Burton, nice play. Throws it across. That'll bring a run home. But Central more than happy there to trade that out for a run. Going to third on the play is Trushak. And now DuBois back out in front. 3-2. But there are now 2 outs for Brody Canals. And again, first and third, nobody out. You're hoping to get more than one here if you're DuBois. They'd already scored a run, and then they had first and third and nobody out. But now it's third base with 1 out, with 2 outs. And now here's a ground ball to Himes. And again, the Beavers just can't get that big hit. They do pick up 2 on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. But that inning could have been a lot more for the Beavers. They lead 3-2 as we head to the 4th inning here at the City Classic in DuBois.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals.
So we go to the 4th inning now. DuBois back out in front, 3-2 on DuBois Central Catholic here in the City Classic. It'll be Simplizio, Keller, and Price for the Cardinals, bottom third of their order. Simplizio grounded out in his first at bat. First pitch swinging, fly ball, right field, giving chase as Farrell, but it's going to be in foul territory, strike 1. DuBois, 3 runs on 6 hits. They have committed an error. DCC so far, 2 runs on just 2 hits. They have also, well, no, they have not committed an error. Excuse me. So 0-1 coming to Devin Simplizio from Brody Canals. Called strike. Oh, 2 on Simplizio leading off. Called strike 3. 1 away. Strikeout number 4 for Canals, and that'll bring up Aiden Keller. Aiden Keller grounded out the second in his first at bat. Misses that one for ball 1. Misses there. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes. That misses, and now it's 3-0. DuBois has won the last 2 City Classics, 8-0 last year, 15-8 in 2024. DuBois Central Catholic had won the 2 previous, 3-2 in 23, 9-4 in 22. Went to the state championship game both years, did the Cardinals there, winning it in 22, being runners-up to Clarion in 23. So that's a strike, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. DuBois won 4-0 in 21. There was no game in 2020, as there's ball 4. So Keller will draw the 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Porter Price. 4th walk issued by Canals. Price struck out in his first at bat. DuBois Central won 1-0 in 19, 10-1 in 18. DuBois 1-0 in 16, 6-0 in 17, 18-3 DuBois Central Catholic in the first iteration of this game, as we're going to get a runner over there for Keller. Get you that runner here in a second for the Cardinals. That's number 12 out there. That is Cam Ward. Strike 1 here to Porter Price. And no, not Cam Ward, the quarterback for the Titans or the goaltender for the Carolina Hurricanes, but Cam Ward, the courtesy runner for the DuBois Central Catholic Cardinals. And it's 0-2 here on Porter Price. So each team has won 5. The 11th edition of the Classic. 0-2 here on Price, the number 9 hitter. Price, ground ball through the hole into right field for a base hit. Nice job of hitting there by Price, going right through that hole, unoccupied by the first baseman, Druschak, having to hold Keller on. And now first and second with just 1 out for Kellen Hoover. Hoover struck out looking in the first, walked and scored in the third. We're here in the 4th. Canals checks the runner. Comes home high, ball 1. So after Simplizio struck out, Keller walked. Cam Ward, the runner, the courtesy runner, is now at second after the Porter Price single. And that's in the ground, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Canals ready with the pitch. That misses, and now it's 3-1. Braden Zatzik is next. 3-0, excuse me, not 3-1. 3-0. Zatzik is next. Wind in the 3-0 pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Now it's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike here on Kellen Hoover. Canals' pitch. High and tight, ball 4. Second walk he's issued this inning, 5th in the game, and now the bases are loaded for Braden Zatzik. And out comes Josh Johnson. We'll see if he makes a move here or if he's going to stick with Canals. Don't know if that actually means he's going to make a move or not here. Nope, he's going to stick with Canals. He's going to stick with Canals as Braden Zatzik comes to the plate. Bases loaded with one out for Zatzik. Zatzik has bunted for a hit and grounded out. They looking for the ground ball right now are the Beavers, and they get one foul there. Strike one. There's a swing and a miss, and now it's 0-2 as Canals looking for the strikeout here. Ready with the 0-2. High, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch coming from Canals to Zatzik. Zatzik fights it off, remains 1-2. Winding the 1-2 to Zatzik. Swing and a miss, strike three. Zatzik goes down swinging. Big strikeout there for Canals, his fifth, and now it's up to Carter Himes. Himes has flown out and walked in this game. Second best run producer for DCC. There's ball one to Himes. Bases loaded for DCC, trailing by a run here in the fourth. They had them loaded with one out. They're now loaded with two. Himes, fly ball, right field. Farrell looks like he has it measured on the line, and he doesn't. And it's a fair ball. That's going to score at least two. They're going to send the runner from first. He's going to score. No, it's going to be, or did it go out of play? Did it stay in play? I guess it stayed in play. It was a fair ball down the line. 3 runs score, and DuBois Central Catholic takes a 5-3 lead. So the bases loaded, bases clearing double by Himes as Hoover sprinted all the way around from first to score. And now with Evan Burton at the plate, a chance to add on. Is that looked like Farrell had a chance for it, but just couldn't quite get there as that ball just landed in front of him and down the right field line, just fair out of your screen, and 3 runs score. And it's 5-3 Central. Evan Burton takes ball 2 low. Two-0 pitch by Canals. Strike called, 2-1 on Burton. Winding the 2-1, called strike. And now Burton, ground ball to third. Dinkfeld up with it. Throw across is low. Great play by Drushak over there to dig it out, and the inning is over. But DuBois Central Catholic picks up 3 runs on 1 hit. I'm sorry, on 2 hits. There was a walk and 1 left on base at the end of 3.5 here in DuBois. It's now DuBois Central Catholic 5, and DuBois 3.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's your relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals.
Heading to the bottom of the fourth with DuBois Central Catholic now leading 5-3 on the 3-run double by Carter Himes. It'll be Galashinsky, Kale, and Deeb, 8, 9, and 1 against Braden Zatzik in his second inning of relief. Galashinsky walked in his first at bat, takes ball 1. There's a called strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. The ball is popped up. Second baseman Sachs called off by the right fielder Schwentner, and Schwentner makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Bryson Kale. Kale fouls the first pitch off, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch is up high, 1-1. So swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Kale. Ball is a ground ball to the shortstop Himes. Up with it, throw across a little high. Price is able to go up and get it. 2 away now. We'll bring up Samson Deeb. Deeb has lined out and struck out. Ball is popped up left field. Left fielder in foul territory. That's Dalton King, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Zatzik and the Cardinals. For DuBois in the fourth, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the 5th inning here. It is 5-3 DuBois Central Catholic over DuBois in the City Classic.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Central Catholic holding a 5-3 lead. It'll be Schwentner, Sachs, and Simplizio for the Cardinals against Brady Canals. Brody. I always say Brady. Sorry about that, Brody. Canals enters this inning at 90 pitches, 100 pitch limit, so chances pretty good we're going to see a pitching change this inning. First pitch to Schwentner, base hit into left field. So leadoff single for Schwentner, his second hit of the game. Bring up Colton Sachs. That's going to be a wild pitch as Winger can't find it. Now runner at second and nobody out here. Sachs has walked and struck out. Sachs shows bunt, lays it down. Canals up with it. They're going to be a race to first, and Canals will win that race. But on the sacrifice, Schwentner goes to third. So one out, runner at third for Simplizio. DCC trying to earn a run here. Sacrifices the runner to third. Simplizio now needs to put it in play. DuBois, interestingly enough, in the middle infield, already down 5-3. Second baseman Galashinsky is the whole way back. The left side of the infield, Dinkfeld and Deeb. Dinkfeld is even with the grass. Deeb, the shortstop, about halfway. Third baseman or first baseman Drew Hushak halfway. Now Galashinsky comes halfway. So almost like Galashinsky didn't get the memo there, maybe. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Simplizio. So Canals looking for the big strikeout here with a runner at third. Simplizio went down looking in his last at bat. Canals ready with the 0-2. Simplizio stays alive. Fouls that one. It comes all the way out to the shortstop Deeb off of the brick facade here in foul territory at Showers Field. Wide in the 0-2. Simplizio with a line drive to left, and that ball is caught, and Schwentner with a bad piece of base running there, was 3/4 of the way to home plate, and so therefore he can't tag up and score. So if Schwender holds up, he might have had a shot at scoring there, but instead he's 3/4 of the way down the line, and he has to retreat, and he's lucky he wasn't doubled off. But now there's 2 outs for Aiden Keller. So nice catch out there by Thomas, the left fielder, but still bad base running for Central. One and 0 here on Aiden Keller. Now it's 2-0. So Simplesio did his job. He got a hard hit there, but Schwentner just, I don't know if he thought there was 1 out, there were 2 outs, or if he thought that ball was automatically landing, but his first reaction should have been to go back to the bag there, and instead it was to go home. 2-0 here on Keller. They're high school kids. That happens sometimes. Keller, though, lifts him up with a base hit to center. So Aiden Keller picks up his teammate's base running blunder and puts DCC up 6-3. That's what good teammates do right there. Aiden Keller is able to come through with the RBI single. And that'll be it for Brody Canals, as he has reached his pitch limit here, I do believe. 6-3, as he has reached his pitching limit. They're going to hand the ball over, it looks like, to, oh, looks like number 6. No, it's they're handing the ball over here to number 5, Grady Galashinsky. So Galashinsky will take over on the mound. He'll face Porter Price. Galashinsky on the season, 19 1/3 innings, second most on the team coming into today. This pitch to a 3.26. Oh, excuse me. Johnny Reed takes over. So it was 6, not 5. Johnny Reed takes over. So I was right the first time. I thought it was Reed. 5 innings pitched for Reed on the year to a 1.40 earned run average. So Reed will replace Canals. And we'll step aside here for a moment with this pitching change.
Well, howdy there, rodeo fans. The 2026 North Washington Rodeo is sounding up August 18th through the 22nd with a big old kickoff party on the 17th. Grab your boots and hats for bronco riding, barrel racing, bull riding, and plenty of heart-pounding action. Gates at 6, show at 8, social hall serving up supper from 4 to 7. Missed dinner? No worries. We've got concessions rolling all night long on Oneida Valley Road in Petrolia, PA. Online at northwashingtonvfd.com/rodeo. Rain or shine, partner, this rodeo riding on.
So with Reed taking over, he'll go in to the batting spot of the lineup for Grady Galashinsky. And moving over to play second will be Canals. So the infield is now Drushak, Canals, Deeb, and Dinkfeld for DuBois. 6 runs so far allowed by Canals, 4 of them earned. He is responsible for Keller at first. Ball 1 to Porter Price. So after falling behind 3-2, DuBois Central scored the last 4. They lead 6-3. It's a called strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. DuBois electing not to use Noah Farrell with a big game against Punxsy on Monday. I'm sure he'll pitch down there under the lights. There's a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Porter Price with 2 outs and a run in the DCC 5th inning. Two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. The inning comes to a close, but not before DuBois Central picks up another run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. At the end of 4.5, DuBois Central Catholic 6, DuBois 3 here at the City Classic in DuBois.
Looking to score big on your next vacation? Start with a travel advisor who delivers. Your Cruise Planners Advisor is your go-to, saving you time, money, and stress, while hooking you up with exclusive deals, upgraded amenities, and early booking discounts. Get in the game with Griggs Travel at GriggsTravel.com. That's GriggsTravel.com. John Griggs, Port Allegany grad, 1,000-point scorer, 3-sport standout, ready to help you plan your dream getaway. Cruises, resorts, hotels, tours, everything's handled, even your own travel app, and easy rate booking if plans change.
We think Ross Becker Insurance is a place for you and for your family, for your individuals, for your businesses, because we want to be your insurance advisor. We're local, we're knowledgeable, we have contracts with all different insurance carriers to customize and fit the right insurance program for your needs. We're here, you can come sit down with us, talk to us one-on-one, sit across from the kitchen table, sit across from our desks, and we can give you good insurance advice, how you can save money, where you don't want to save money and skimp out on coverage. And so we're there to help balance that and give you good insurance advice, good risk management advice. So after you have a claim disaster, you can have confidence that your family, your businesses, your cars, your assets are best protected.
Head to the bottom of the 5th. DuBois trailing 6-3 here at Showers Field over against DuBois Central Catholic in the City Classic. So final line on Brody Canals. He goes 4 2/3, gives up 6 runs, 4 of them earned on 7 hits, 5 walks, and struck out 6. So Trey Wingard leading off here for DuBois. But again, DuBois with Wingard at the plate with nobody on. And that seems to have been a big story here for the Beavers of late. Starting his 3rd inning of relief here is Zatzik as Wingard fouls that one away. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trey Wingard. Wingard 2 for 2, a couple of doubles and a run scored. But if you're DCC, you'll take Wingard at the plate with nobody on every chance you get. 1-2 pitch to Wingard. Wingard fly ball left field out of play. Remain 1-2. Wingard came into today hitting .604, well over that now. 1-2 pitch from Zatzik. And there's a ball right off of Carter Himes's glove. Throw across, not in time. That'll be a base hit. Himes went way up in the air, almost came down with a spectacular catch. Instead, it'll be the 3rd hit of the game for Wingard. Almost had that. Himes going way up the get that, but just popped out of his glove high in that. And now Mason Dinkfeld, who had an RBI double and scored a run in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2, also grounded out. Now there's a balk as balking there was Zatzik. And now Wingard's at 2nd with nobody out for Dinkfeld. And now Evan Snowberger wants to know what. No, Snowberger doesn't want to know what happened. He just wants to settle things down, it looks like. So brings all of his infield in here to discuss some things. Again, this is a really young DuBois Central Catholic team, 12-3. I'm not sure very many people outside of that locker room saw 12-3 coming for the Cardinals this year and what was thought to be a rebuilding year. New manager, Evan Snowberger, coach under Adam Fox all these years taking over, and lots of young players, graduated pretty much an entire starting roster outside of Himes and Burton and Schwentner. So I think they graduated something like 6 or 7 seniors. And but they've been very good despite the losses in their last 2 games. So stepping in here is Dinkfeld. With Wingard at second, nobody out here in the 5th. DuBois trails by 3. Zatzik checks the runner at second. Delivers. Dinkfeld, fly ball deep. Left field going back on it is King, and it's over his head and off the wall. Wingard around third. They're going to send him home. There will be no throw. And the RBI double for Dinkfeld, his second of the game, makes it 6-4. So King kept going back, thought he might have a shot at it, but it's off the wall, and it's now 6-4. Now, they had this chance a couple innings ago where they had 2 runs in with nobody out, but couldn't get the big hit. See if DuBois can get that big hit finally. Is Adam Drushak to the plate? Drushak pops it up. Center fielder, right fielder takes it. Runner's going to tag and go to third. The throw there is going to be late. So moving the runner up was Drushak as Schwentner made the catch in right and then threw it to the cutoff man. So now runner at third with 1 out for Maddox Clark, trying to get the Cardinals back with, or the Beavers back within 1. So Zatzik will step off. They wanted a balk, and they might not be wrong there because he kind of started his rock there. And once you start that rock out of the windup, you're committed to going home. And then there was a timeout called. I'm not sure of that one. Justin Skiba, I thought, missed a balk in the game against Clarion on a play in which Ethan Rex tried to come home. And there's another case where that might have been a missed one. The ball was fouled away. I'd have to go back and watch it. I mean, I don't have replay right away on that, but almost looked like he had started rocking before the pitch was delivered, before the time was called. Here's the 0-1. That ball is drilled to center. Going back on it is Hoover. He's got it. That's going to be deep enough to score the run, though. And DuBois is now cut the DuBois Central Catholic lead to 6-5 on the sacrifice fly to center by Maddox Clark. And now it's 6-5. So after the double by Dinkfeld drove home Wingard, a couple of fly balls moved him around, and now it's 6-5. And now we're going to get another pitching change here as Evan Snowberger looks like he's going to go to Evan Burton here. As he does that, we'll step aside here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the North Washington Rodeo.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's a relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
So Evan Burton taking over here for Braden Zatzik. Zatzik goes 2 2/3, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. Burton, 24 1/3 innings pitched this year. It's given up 25 runs, but only 9 of them earned. 27 strikeouts, 9 walks, 2.59 earned run average. And he'll face Noah Farrell here with 2 outs and nobody on in the 5th inning. Ball 1 outside to Farrell. Burton's last outing was on Monday against Clarion. So 1 pitch misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. In that game, he went 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned on a walk, 5 strikeouts, and 5 hits. But again, the Central defense has not been good behind Burton, and now he's behind in the count 3-0 on Noah Farrell. Big spot for the sophomore. There's a called strike. Sits in the low 80s, can get it up to about 85, 86 miles per hour on occasion. 3-1 pitch from Burton. Swing and a miss. He blew that one right by Farrell, and now back in the count at 3-2 after falling behind 3-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Noah Farrell, 2 outs, 2 runs in here in the 5th for DuBois. They trail DuBois Central Catholic 6-5. Evan Burton has his sign. Comes set. Brings it home. Ball 4. So leadoff walk, or not leadoff, 2-out walk issued here by Burton. Brody Knaus, now the second baseman, stepping up. Knaus started this game. Currently still on the hook. Knaus 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. The strikeout was against the starter Himes, the ground out against Zatzik. So again, Zatzik 2 2/3, 4 runs. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes here. It's a ball, and it's 1-2. That'll do it as he strikes him out, and the inning is over. But DuBois picks up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was nobody left on, or 1 left on base after the walk. We go to the 6th with DuBois Central Catholic now leading 6-5.
In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
We head to the 6th inning here. It'll be the top of the order for Central: Hoover, Zatzik, and Himes. So it's just looking at the game changers, and it's this kind of stuff that drives me nuts. The ball that was hit by, I think it was Dinkfeld, was rolled in air on the DuBois Central Catholic game changer. ball hit off the wall over the head of the left fielder. There's a hit batter. Hoover is hit by Reed. But there's no way in heck that ball is an error on a ball hit the left field. It wasn't like it was dropped. It wasn't like the guy touched it. Just because a guy you think might catch the ball doesn't make it an error. Just like if the ball hits the ground before it reaches the catcher, it is never going to be a pass ball. It's always going to be a wild pitch. I get it. It's hard. Most people don't spend their entire lives keeping score. And because of that, you get a lot of really interesting scorekeeping decisions. So no balls and one strike here on Hoover. But I would be willing, if anybody wants to learn how to keep score, reach out. If I've got some time, which is very rare, but I do every once in a while, I'll help you with it. No balls and a strike. Throw over. Back in safely as Hoover. Just a pet peeve of mine, that's all. It's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Rich Rhodes knows my pet peeve. I'll complain to him on a nightly basis, and he'll just laugh at me, and that's fair. Here's a bunted ball. Reed's only play is going to be the first, so another sacrifice. That goes 1-3 on his horses, and getting to second on that sacrifice is Hoover. So now a runner in scoring position for Carter Himes and one out. So we are in the sixth now. Forgot to flip the inning over. I was too busy worried about that play to remember to do my actual job. So see, I make mistakes too. Happens all the time. Far from perfect. Here's Himes. I know there's some people out there laughing. There's some people wondering, who is this guy? Strike one to Carter Himes. Don't worry, folks. I don't take myself too seriously. No balls and a strike here on Carter Himes. That's in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. So Reed trying to work around that leadoff hit by a batter. Now the runner's at second. That is Hoover. But 0-2 on Himes, who has a big 3-run double in this game. Reed comes set. 0-2 delivery. Called strike three. Himes couldn't pull the trigger. Big strikeout there by Reed. His second, and now there's two away. And it's up to Evan Burton. Burton 0 for 3 has reached on an error. That error scored a run. Back in the third inning. That ball was popped up. Second baseman Canals underneath it makes the catch, and the inning is over. For DuBois Central in the sixth, no runs, no hits. There was a hit batter and one left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It is still 6-5 DuBois Central Catholic over DuBois.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Eternally Clean Cemetery and Monument Service is the top choice for honoring loved ones with headstone cleaning and flower assortments. Call Corey at 814-227-9370 or Samantha at 814-227-9913 for a free estimate. Visit their Facebook page or eternally-clean.com to learn more. Let your loved one's headstone shine with their Resting Clean promise. Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
So we head to the bottom of the sixth. It'll be Reed, Jonathan Reed leading off. First time he's been at the plate after taking over on the mound. Takes strike one. It'll be Reed, Kale, and then the top of the order in Deeb. I want to shout out to all of our great sponsors here on the YDL Sports Network. That ball is up high, ball one. If you're out there and you own a business and you're wondering, how do I get involved? Is it going to cost me a lot? Folks, I can get you on for as little as $100, $150 a month. Most of our advertisers pay between $150 and probably $200, some of them a little bit more than that a month to be on, not just here, but on our website as well. So if you own a business and you're interested in becoming a sponsor of high school sports, send us an email or send a Facebook message or whatever it is. Your preferred method is there's Reed striking out, and we'll get you hooked up, and we'll get you hooked up within a matter of days. One away here in the DuBois 6th inning, as that'll bring up Bryson Kale. Kale was struck out and grounded out against two different pitchers. Burton, the third pitcher for DCC that he's faced today. Burton, the third pitcher overall. As there's a swing and a miss, strike one. Winding the 0-1. Fly ball center field. Hoover in, but the right fielder loses the ball, maybe in the lights. It hits off his glove. That's going to be an error. That's King now over in right field. So the error on the right fielder, King. And a runner at first for DuBois. So at some point they flip-flopped Schwentner and King. Not sure when that happened, but King couldn't catch that. There goes the runner for second. Keller's throw down. It's there and not in time. So Kale steals second, and now he's there with just one out, representing the tying run. So the error on the right fielder, King, followed by the stolen base. We said errors have been a big part of what's gone on. Now, ground ball to Himes. Runner was going to third. Himes throws it high. Porter Price goes up and pulls it down. They want the call to be that he was drawing off the bag. They're not going to get that. We got a four-man umpiring crew today. Himes elected to go that direction. Now, let's see if they pitch to Wingard here. I don't think I would. I think I'd have anything to do with Wingard, but with a runner at third, a little surprised that Carter Himes didn't try to go to third to get Kale out there with him going, but he elected for the out. That is the second out of the inning. And now Trey Wingard, who's a perfect 3 for 3. Burton's pitch called strike one. Big moment in this game with Trey Wingard up in the tying run at third with 2 outs. Wingard came into the day hitting .604. He's 3 for 3 with a couple of doubles, single, some runs scored as he takes ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. So often Wingard hasn't come up with anybody in scoring position, but here's a big opportunity for the senior catcher now. 1-1, Evan Burton set, comes home, ground ball. Wingard runs well, throw across, not in time. It's not in time, and Wingard legs out the infield single, and we're tied at 6. I said he runs well for a catcher. He runs well for any baseball player. The infield single has tied the game. The air on the right fielder, King, again comes back to kill DuBois Central Catholic and Evan Burton, who has just been terrible luck with his fielders all year long. It's now tied at 6, and Mason Dinkfeld at the plate. Dinkfeld takes ball one. He gets the grounder to the shortstop, Himes, but again, Wingard runs really well and beat it out to tie this game all up. One ball and 1 strike here on Dinkfeld, who has a couple of RBI doubles in this one. Now it's 2-1 on Dinkfeld. 2 balls, 1 strike on Mason Dinkfeld. Dinkfeld, pop up, foul territory. Porter Price coming in, Keller over, and neither of them call the other one off, and it lands in foul territory. And again, there's no error on that play, but just not good defense there by Central. That ball's got to be caught. Never did put the air up on the ball dropped out there and left. I mean, I get the ball might have been lost in the lights, but that one was right in his glove. And when the ball's in the glove and bounces out, it's got to be an error. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dinkfeld, who has new life after Central couldn't catch that ball in foul territory. There's a ground ball. Himes scoops it up and steps on second to end the inning. But DuBois gets a run on a hit, an error, and 1 left on base. We go to the 7th, all tied up here at the City Classic, 6 apiece in DuBois.
In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals. Well, howdy there, rodeo fans. The 2026 North Washington Rodeo is sounding up August 18th through the 22nd with a big old kickoff party on the 17th. Grab your boots and hats for bronco riding, barrel racing, bull riding, and plenty of heart-pounding action. Gates at 6, show at 8, social hall serving up supper from 4 to 7. Missed dinner? No worries. We've got concessions rolling all night long on Oneida Valley Road in Petrolia, PA. Online at northwashingtonvfd.com/rodeo. Rain or shine, partner, this rodeo riding on.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Centered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
So Grady Galashinsky will re-enter the game and take over on the mound for DuBois. Galashinsky started the game as the second baseman, then came out when Reed came in, and now he's back. The substitution rules in high school baseball get a little confusing sometimes. They're not like the majors or college where if you come out, you're out. This time Galashinsky came out. Now he's back in to pitch, and Galashinsky gone 19 and a third innings. He's given up 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 10 walks, 18 strikeouts. And Schwentner with a line drive, or a base hit into center field, leading off, taking the first pitch he saw from Galashinsky to lead off the 7th inning with a base hit. Now, we've seen Central play small ball all day long. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. See what they do here in a tie game in the 7th with Colton Sachs at the plate. Expecting the bunt, and then bunting through it is Sachs. Quick throw down to first. Back in safely is Schwentner. Strike 1 to Sachs. So Galashinsky, 289 batting average against him this year. 3.26 earned run average for Galashinsky. Number 2 on this staff behind Noah Farrell. Showing bunt again. Bunts through it again. No balls and 2 strikes on Sachs. So we'll see if Evan Snowberger keeps the bunt on. See what Dinkfeld thinks might happen. Dinkfeld thinks they're going to leave the bunt on here. He's way up. Galashinsky's 0-2, way outside. Another snap throw. Just getting back in is Schwentner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Central led 6-3. DuBois with 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th have tied it. They took advantage of the big air, and now swing and a miss, strike 3. Down swinging goes Colton Sachs. 1 away for Devin Supplizio, but it'll be Dalton King hitting in place of Supplizio. So Dalton King will get his first plate appearance of the day. And a big situation here in the 7th inning of a tie game, 6-all. He lays down a bunt, and that is a foul ball. Foul ball. Kind of stood on the plate, but stood on the plate in foul territory. Strike 1. Not all of the plates in fair territory. That's the reason it's a foul ball. Umpire Justin Skiba was right on top of it. Keller's on deck. King not showing bunt this time. Takes strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Dalton King. Schwentner takes his lead off at first. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. King goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts by Galasinski, and now there's 2 outs here. And it's up to Aiden Keller. Keller had an RBI single in his last at bat. He's also walked and grounded out. Scored a run on that walk back in the 4th inning. Takes strike 1. Pop fly. Second baseman Canal says he has it. He does. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 6. Here at the City Classic in DuBois. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Cardinals in the 7th.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's a relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you. In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals.
Heading to the bottom of the 7th, it'll be the middle of the lineup for DuBois against Evan Burton, Drushak, Clark, and Farrell. So Drushak, 1 for 3 on the day. Swing and miss, strike 1. Great game a couple years ago, 3-2 DuBois Central Catholics. They scored twice in the 7th. DuBois scored once in the bottom of the 7th. Ball is fouled out of play, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on Drushak. That was the 2023 season that we went 3-0 to 2. Swing and a miss. Drushak goes down. First out of the 7th. Bring up Maddox Clark. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Clark. Goes down. 2 quick strikeouts by Burton. The 2023 game saw DCC score 5 times in the 7th to win 9-4. As Noah Farrell steps up here. Farrell. Did he go? No, he did not. And it's 2-0 now on Farrell. Two balls, no strikes on Noah Farrell. Now it's 3-0 on Farrell. Brody Canales would be next. Called strike, 3-1. Three and one on Farrell. Farrell ground ball. Second baseman sacks onto first. And we're going to extras here in DuBois with the teams tied at 6 in the City Classic. Extra innings brought to you by Wise Eyes in DuBois and St. Mary's.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Well, howdy there, rodeo fans. The 2026 North Washington Rodeo is sounding up August 18th through the 22nd with a big old kickoff party on the 17th. Grab your boots and hats for bronco riding, barrel racing, bull riding, and plenty of heart-pounding action. Gates at 6, show at 8, social hall serving up supper from 4 to 7. Missed dinner? No worries. We've got concessions rolling all night long on Oneida Valley Road in Petrolia, PA. Online at northwashingtonvfd.com/rodeo. Rain or shine, partner, this rodeo riding on.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
So as we go to the top of the 8th inning, it'll be Porter Price, and then the top of the order, Hoover and Zatzik against Grady Galashinsky. Strike 1. From what I can tell, this might be the first extra inning game. The only one I can't find an actual box score from was the 2016 game, which was a 1-0 win by DuBois. So I don't know if that game might have gone to extras or not. Had some games decided in the 7th in this classic, but very well could be the first extra inning game of the classic in its 11th iteration. And there's strike 3 called. One out here in the 8th. That'll bring up Kellen Hoover. If anybody out there happens to know if that game in 15 went extra innings or not, let me know. 16, I'm sorry. The 1-0 DuBois win that year. Central also has a 1-0 win in this series, but they scored that run in the first inning. Strike one here on Hoover. Hoover's been on base 3 times, but now he's down in the count 0-2. Has walked twice and scored twice. Both of those times also hit by a pitch and stranded at second. That happened back in the 6th. We're now in the 8th. Way outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 here in the 8th inning of a 6-6 ball game. That ball is hit high in the air. Canals drifting, makes the catch at the edge of the infield dirt. Now there's 2 outs in the 8th. And now Braden Zatzik comes to the plate. Zatzik has a bunt single, has also had a sacrifice bunt, a ground out, and a strikeout. Strike one to Zatzik. That ball is up the middle, base hit for Zatzik with 2 outs in the 8th. And now Carter Himes will have an opportunity. So Carter Himes coming to the plate with the go-ahead run at first and 2 outs here in the 8th. Himes had the 3-run double back in the 4th that gave Central a 5-3 lead. They made it 6-3. DuBois has battled back to tie it at 6 and get us to extra innings. Big opportunity for Himes back in the 6th with a runner at second and 1 out, and he struck out looking. So now Zatzik is at first with 2 outs here in the 7th, and Himes at the plate. 1 for 3 with a double that drove in 3, a walk and a run scored. First pitch from Galashinsky in there for a called strike. Zatzik the runner at first after the 2-out single. That's outside and it's 1-1. Himes were to reach. Evan Burton, the RBI leader for the Cardinals, is on deck. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball. Center field. Kale going over. Right fielder Farrell is there, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. He made the catch. Yes, that's the correct call. He made the catch and then took the ball out of his glove as he was doing it. Evan Stoberger is going to come out and talk, but they're going to say that he made it on the transfer. And I believe that's the right call, folks. That's exactly what it looked like Farrell was doing. The inning comes to an end. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So the 2016 game did go 8 innings. Not sure who Spiker got that from. John Wayne letting me know that the 2016 game went 8 innings. So that's the only other extra inning game we've had in this. We go to the bottom of the 8th now with DuBois Central Catholic and DuBois tied at 6.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's a relaxing evening with friends at cozy family dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
So we head here to the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, the second extra inning game in this, thanks to John Wayne getting that text message to Du Spiker, the athletic director here at DuBois. Real great guy. Year and a half I've gotten to know Du. Definitely a big fan of his work here with the athletic department at DuBois High School. Phil Esposito, the AD at DuBois Central Catholic, also does a fantastic job. They're very lucky here in DuBois to have two really good athletic directors. So Brody Canals, Grady Galashinsky, and Bryson Kale will be the batters here in the bottom of the 8th against Evan Burton. Burton came in the 5th inning, gave up an unearned run in the 6th thanks to the drop fly ball in right. This ball is popped up. Carter Himes says he has it. He does, and there's one away in the 8th. So that'll bring up Grady Galashinsky now. Galashinsky batted twice earlier in the game, walked and flew out to right. Then Jonathan Reed came in and struck out. Now Galashinsky getting his 3rd plate appearance of the game. John Wayne, at one point, basketball coach at DuBois High School. Really, really good guy, John. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Wind in the 0-1. Fouled away, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 on Galashinsky. Burton's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 away here in the 8th. And Bryson Kale coming to the plate. Kale was the batter who reached on the air by the right fielder King when he dropped the ball in the 6th inning, which is why we're here in the 8th, tied at 6. Burton ground ball to Himes at short, picks it up, throw across the diamond, and we're going to the 9th. We head to the 9th. We're all tied up at 6 here on the YDL Sports Network.
Looking to score big on your next vacation? Start with a travel advisor who delivers. Your cruise planner's advisor is your go-to, saving you time, money, and stress, while hooking you up with exclusive deals, upgraded amenities, and early booking discounts. Get in the game with Griggs Travel at GriggsTravel.com. That's GriggsTravel.com. John Griggs, Port Allegany grad, 1,000-point scorer, 3-sport standout, ready to help you plan your dream getaway. Cruises, resorts, hotels, tours, everything's handled, even your own travel app, and easy rate booking if plans change. Eternally Clean Cemetery and Monument Service is the top choice for honoring loved ones with headstone cleaning and flower assortments. Call Corey at 814-227-9370 or Samantha at 814-227-9913 for a free estimate. Visit their Facebook page or eternally-clean.com to learn more. Let your loved one's headstone shine with their Resting Clean promise. With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
We head to the 9th. Grady Galashinsky starting his 3rd inning of relief for the Beavers. He'll face the middle of the order, Burton, Schwentner, and Sachs for the Cardinals. It's been 2 fairly clean innings. He gave up a couple of hits so far as Galashinsky, but nobody's reached second base against him. Burton, first pitch swinging, fly ball, shallow right. Second baseman Canals comes over and makes the catch. 1 away. That'll bring up Xavier Schwentner. Schwentner singled leading off against Galashinsky in the 7th, but was stranded at first. Ball 1. If you're Central, you might want to score here because the big boy Dinkfeld and Winger due up next inning. And there's Schwentner, fly ball to left. Thomas isn't going to get there. It's going to be down. Schwentner's going to hold it first. He takes a wide turn as Thomas does a nice job of getting over there. It's a base hit for Schwentner, who now has 3 hits in this game. Bring up Colton Sachs. So Sachs looking down. DuBois thinks he might be bunting as Dinkfeld, the third baseman, is way up. Not sure here with 1 out if Sachs is going to be bunting. I'd be kind of surprised actually if he's bunting here. But he shows bunt and bunts through it. Strike 1. Really sure what they're doing here. Splizio or King on deck haven't been real great today. Takes a long look down. Shows bunt. Showing it here right away. Pulls back and swings and fouls it off. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 on Sachs. I've understood it with 1 out the bunt. I'm not sure, or nobody out, but with 1 out, I'm not sure I would have understood the bunt here. Sachs is a decent hitter. Came in hitting 330-ish on the year. 0-2 pitch from Galashinsky. Who just missed 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes on Colton Sachs. Way outside, and it's 2-2 on Sachs. Schwentner, the runner at first. 1 out here in the 9th of a 6-all game. Galashinsky comes set. Delivers the 2-2. There's a ground ball. Second baseman Canals to shortstop deep for 1 on to first. Double play. Inning-ending double play there. 4-6-3. And Central was turned around in the 9th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be the top of the order for DuBois when we get back here on the YDL Sports Network.
We think Ross Becker Insurance is a place for you and for your family, for your individuals, for your businesses, because we want to be your insurance advisor. We're local, we're knowledgeable, we have contracts with all different insurance carriers to customize and fit the right insurance program for your needs. We're here, you can come sit down with us, talk to us one-on-one, sit across from the kitchen table, sit across from our desks, and we can give you good insurance advice, how you can save money, where you don't want to save money and skimp out on coverage. And so we're there to help balance that and give you good insurance advice, good risk management advice. So after you have a claim disaster, you can have confidence that your family, your businesses, your cars, your assets are best protected.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's a relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Back here as we go to the bottom of the 9th, all tied up at 6. Deeb, Wingard, and Dinkfeld for the Beavers of DuBois. Against Evan Burton. Throws ball 1 to Deeb. Now it's fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike on Deeb. Burton came in with 2 outs in the 5th. We're now in the 9th. Probably had him throw more pitches than they would have hoped today. 1-1 pitch. Up high, and it's 2-1. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Burton almost at 50 pitches now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Deeb. Wingard on deck. He's been fantastic to say the least. And now it's 3-2, and you don't want to walk Deeb with Wingard next. Wingard next is 4 for 4 with a couple of doubles, a couple of runs scored. The hustling infield single that tied the game. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And Deeb goes down. And now Wingard comes up with nobody on. It was his hustling infield single in the 6th that scored Bryson Cale from 3rd, and why we're here in extra innings in the 9th. Wingard has the power to end this game on one swing. Takes ball 1 high. Has 3 homers on the year. There's a pair of doubles in this game. Went the opposite way with one of them. Slow, and now it's 2-0 on Wingard. Dingfeld on deck has a pair of doubles in this game that were RBIs that drove in Wingard. Winding the 2-0. Wingard fouls that one up and behind. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch to Trey Wingard. Misses, and now it's 3-1. And again, Wingard runs well. Not just for a catcher, he just runs well. So you don't really want him on any more than you want to give him a meatball here, though. 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2, and it's 3-2. Nice pitch there by Burton. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Trey Wingard here in the 9th with 1 out. All tied up at 6. Evan Burton delivers the 3-2 pitch. Wingard lines it foul down the right field side. Remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Burton ready with the payoff pitch. Ball 4, winning run on for DuBois with 1 out here in the 9th. So that'll bring up Mason Dingfeld. Dingfeld, 2 for 4 with a pair of RBI doubles, has scored twice. First pitch to Dingfeld. Fouls it off down the third base side. Strike 1. DCC 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th for their 6. DuBois 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th for their 6. Now Evan Snowberger wants to go out and talk to Evan Burton. Sure what he saw there that made him want to come out and have a chat, but he saw something that made him want to come out and have a chat. So now Evan Burton's done discussing things with Evan Snowberger, done discussing things with Evan Burton, who's looking for a baseball. I don't think Burton has a baseball right now. He doesn't. He's looking for the baseball. So Burton needs a baseball. Home plate umpire Justin Skiba acknowledges that he needs to send one out there. Hands it to Keller. Seeing it's done writing his novel behind the plate. Home plate umpires have to keep lots of notes. So 0-1 coming here to Dingfeld with Wingard at first. Wingard takes his lead off at first. Held there by Porter Price. Outfield fairly deep all the way around. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to foul that one off. I think it was fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or no balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. 0-2 on Dingfeld. Maddox Clark is next. Wingard takes his lead off of first. Foul ball right into Porter Price. Make sure he's okay. Evan Stober comes out to check with Keller. I'm sorry, they called him Price. That was Aiden Keller who took that. So Skiba goes out. Justin Skiba goes out and discusses things with the pitcher, takes a ball, gives Keller a chance to catch his breath here. Be another 0-2 pitch coming to Dinkfeld. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Winger round second, he'll hold there, but he's the winning run now in scoring position. First and second with one out for Adam Drushak. Drushak 1 for 4, single back in the third, is grounded out, flowing out, and struck out. A chance to be the hero here in the City Classic. Burton's pitch to Drushak, pops it up, foul territory, giving it a look as the third baseman. I think it's Sachs now back over at third. Nope, Sachs is over there. That's Zatzik over at third now, and Zatzik had it go out of play on him. No balls in one strike. There's a line drive off the glove of Zatzik at third, and Wingard and everybody is going to be safe. The bases are loaded now. And Zatzik just couldn't quite squeeze it over there. Bases are loaded with just one out for Maddox Clark. Winning run 90 feet away in the person of Trey Wingard. Central's middle infield will play for the double play here. The corners will be up looking for a play at the plate. First pitch to Clark up high, ball 1. So Maddox Clark looking to give DuBois a third straight win here in the City Classic. 1-0 pitch. Called strike, 1-1. Again, not necessarily an error, but another play that you would hope your defense would have made for Evan Burton. There's a ground ball. This is going to be a tough play. Price coming to the plate, and he is out at the plate. Wingard is out at the plate. Because they don't need to tag him. They just need to tag the plate, and that's exactly what they did. 2 away. And now Noah Farrell is up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. So Porter Price, that was not an easy play. He had to backhand it and then come home, and he was able to do so. Bases are loaded for Farrell. But now there are 2 outs. The infield can play back all the way around. Called strike 1 to Farrell. Can Burton work the Houdini act here? Oh, 1 pitch to Farrell. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. So now Evan Burton a strike away from getting out of this mess here in the 9th. Burton comes set. Delivers the 0-2 to Farrell. And it hit him and the game is over. The ball hits Noah Farrell. It's a walk-off hit by a pitch, and DuBois wins 7-6 on the walk-off hit by a pitch. On an 0-2 pitch, Farrell gets hit and DuBois wins 7-6. What a way to end this one. A hit by a pitch, Noah Farrell, and the game is over. We'll be back here with a post-game show. I might not be on right away as I've got to go down and get our post-game interview, but I'll be back up here momentarily on the YDL Sports Network.
In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals.
We'll be back here in a moment, folks, with our player of the game. It'll be Trey Wingard. As soon as Trey is done talking, he'll come up and join us here. Going to switch cameras in the meantime, so we'll step right here for a quick break. We'll be right back with our player of the game, Trey Wingard.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
In both baseball and softball, as in bowling, there's nothing better than a perfect strike. And DuBois Lanes on the Beeline in DuBois has been serving up a striking good time for nearly 70 years and is here for all your bowling needs. At DuBois Lanes, we have open bowling, leagues, birthday parties, and other special events, along with a great pro shop. Call today for open bowling hours or to book your next event. 814-371-0344. Check us out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking year for the DCC Cardinals.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
We think Ross Becker Insurance is a place for you and for your family, for your individuals, for your businesses, because we want to be your insurance advisor. We're local. We're knowledgeable. We have contracts with all different insurance carriers to customize and fit the right insurance program for your needs. We're here. You can come sit down with us, talk to us one-on-one, sit across from the kitchen table, sit across from our desks, and we can give you good insurance advice, how you can save money, where you don't want to save money and skimp out on coverage. And so we're there to help balance that and give you good insurance advice, good risk management advice. So after you have a claim disaster, you can have confidence that your family, your businesses, your cars, your assets are best protected.
In both
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs, because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Well, howdy there, rodeo fans. The 2026 North Washington Rodeo is siding up August 18th through the 22nd with a big old kickoff party on the 17th. Grab your boots and hats for bronco riding, barrel racing, bull riding, and plenty of heart-pounding action. Gates at 6, show at 8, social hall serving up supper from 4 to 7. Missed dinner? No worries. We've got concessions rolling all night long on Oneida Valley Road in Petrolia, PA. Online at northwashingtonvfd.com/rodeo. Rain or shine, partner, this rodeo riding on. Looking to score big on your next vacation? Start with a travel advisor who delivers. Your cruise planner's advisor is your go-to, saving you time, money, and stress, while hooking you up with exclusive deals, upgraded amenities, and early booking discounts. Get in the game with Griggs Travel at griggstravel.com. That's griggstravel.com. John Griggs, Port Allegany grad, 1,000-point scorer, 3-sport standout, ready to help you plan your dream getaway. Cruises, resorts, hotels, tours, everything's handled, even your own travel app, and easy rate booking if plans change.
We're back here at Showers Field where DuBois has walked off DuBois Central Catholic 7-6 on a walk-off hit by a pitch by Noah Farrell. We're now with our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game, Trey Wingard. Trey was on base all 5 times today. He had 3 hits, actually 4 hits and a walk. Had the infield single, hustling single in the 6th that tied the game. A couple of doubles that he scored on. Trey, first of all, this has to feel great for you, senior year winning the City Classic.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, we had a tough 3 games there for a while. We started off 12-0, but it was good to get a game back here, get a good win. City Classic's always fun.
You're down 6-3, and you've lost 3 in a row. Was the dugout down at all, or were you guys like, hey, just keep battling?
No, I think this team's different. I think we can provide energy at any time of the game, and we knew going into this that maybe a little bit in those 3 games we didn't have a side of energy, so we needed to make sure we had it the whole game today.
Obviously, you're having a great season, but talk a little bit about this game. How much were you seeing the ball today?
I was seeing it good. You know, I just try to go out there, have a good approach, you know, try to have quality at bats, whether it's a walk or a, you know, if we start off the inning with a, you know, 1 pitch, 1 out, try to work a count here and there and just go where the ball's pitched.
Talk a little bit about that hustling single. I mean, you didn't hit the ball real hard. You
No.
had to know you had to get down there. Obviously, you get that little head start out of the left-handed batter's box. But talk about, you know, just hustling that out.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a bad swing. Probably not a pitch I should have swung at. But, you know, I knew right off the bat it's going to be probably a hard play for the pitcher to get, and it's most likely going to shortstop. That's happened a couple times this season where I've maybe missed it a little bit, but tried to just hustle it out, and that's what I did.
Talk a little bit about the pitching staff. It was a by committee approach today. You guys don't end up having to use Noah, which is a good thing going into the game on Monday at Punxsutawney. Talk about how the guys performed.
Yeah, definitely not having Noah coming into this game was, you know, going to be on our other guys in our bullpen. I think our bullpen does a good job of knowing that when it's their time, they're going to go out there and put their best, and they did a great job tonight.
Baseball can be a funny game. You know, you guys had the bases loaded, 1 out. They get the ground ball. Porter makes a great play at first base there to get you at the plate. Noah gets down 0-2, and then he gets hit by the pitch. It can be a funny game sometimes, can it?
Oh, yeah. It's a game of failure, but, you know, you can always have a little fun here and there, so it's great.
Well, congratulations on the win, Trey. Congratulations on your great game. Trey will receive a T-shirt from the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. That'll do it for us here in DuBois, where in the baseball version of the City Classic, DuBois defeats DuBois Central Catholic 7-6 in 9 innings. Thanks for joining us for both the baseball and softball games today, folks. Till next week, hopefully on Tuesday, Clarion and Brookville, if weather permits, will be at. This is Chris Rossetti saying good night